voice. We'll have to put the timer to the debate. And then we'll preview the weekend European games. Right here on your Voice of Sport. All right, so my guys are still here. Are you guys ready?
On fire. I want Agogo to go first.
There's no even me being on fire. I think
I create timekeeper.
Oh yeah, and yeah, we be. I want
see
to
how, but we better trigger this.
Yeah, so if I'm talking, don't come in.
But you will trigger you.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah, so now, okay.
All right. So let me just introduce the
No,
topic.
I won't start.
Who
should allow the host? Yeah.
Who wants to start this?
Derek.
Okay. All right. So by unanimous decision, Derek will start this debate. However, let me introduce our listeners to the topic. The best midfielder debate is up again.
Yeah, as in currently. Yeah.
Currently, on form, we all know class is permanent. But which of these players is the best midfielder? Or which of them are the best midfielders? Now, on the list, I've got Bruno Fernandes of Manchester United, Pedri, Barcelona, Vitinha, Paris Saint-Germain, Moises Caicedo, Chelsea, and Declan Rice, Arsenal. If there's any other name that you think qualifies to be in this conversation, please, when the phone lines are activated, you can let us know. Alternatively, you can leave your comment on our live stream on X at @SportyFM_, and or you can simply send a WhatsApp to our line 0542571061. I will be sure to include that name in this conversation. We'll start off with Derek as agreed. Which of these guys makes the cut for you? Bruno, Pedri, Vitinha, Caicedo, or Declan Rice?
Or we can rank.
Well, I think if
you can make the cut, and after that you can rank.
In part of your submission, if you want to rank, that's fine, because if you choose whoever is best, I think it's only fair that you know why and the order of merit. So I'll start off with Derek.
Yeah. So this is very interesting, and I'm going to maybe set the tone slightly on both sides before they come in and do their own. I'm sure maybe their banter on. I'm sure it'll be Bruno and Pedri in this, but I wouldn't rank because one, we have DMs in it. If Caicedo is coming in, on what grounds am I judging him with Bruno? You understand? So I don't think it's going to be fair if I'm going to be ranking them. You understand? But for the five, I think each of them, they have their own qualities. So if it comes to these five that you mentioned, I want to go for the most technical of them all, I will put Pedri there. If I'm looking for the one who will give me the attacking numbers, Bruno Fernandes. You understand? The one that will give me the defensive, I'll bring Caicedo. And the two people that will give me the balance in the team, they can go both offensive and defensive. That will be Vitinha and then Rice. You understand? But if you want to go into more details, which I will allow these two gentlemen do, because I know surely they wouldn't come to touch on the Rice and then the Caicedo and what's it called? What's his name? Vitinha. However, if you look at this season, I think comparing last season's Pedri Vitinha performance to this season, you would say it has kind of gone down. You understand the hype around him, especially when it came to the second half of the season, how he was playing and he was being even in the Ballon d'Or conversation for a time being. He was even in it, especially after Portugal winning the the Nations League. I think names were coming up, Vitinha coming in the Ballon d'Or conversation, although obviously wasn't going to win it, but to just say that at least he even got such calls clearly showed the kind of player he became last season. I mean, we all knew he had that potential and he had that what he played last season is something that Vitinha can do. Those who have watched Vitinha know he can do this. However, looking at what he did last season, if you are limiting him to this season, I don't think he has lived up to the expectation that we were expecting. In fact, the whole PSG team, they've not really started off. Maybe they might do like what happened last season. They've not really had a great first half of the season. Most of the players, Dembele same. He has really been an unfortunate Ballon d'Or winner. You understand?
Unfortunate or fortunate?
Unfortunate after the Ballon d'Or season. Season.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he hasn't had a very good season. Good first half of the season. I don't really jump into conclusion based on what happened last season. That's why when it comes to these PSG players, I'm quite, I'm just being on the borderline, because Vitinha last season, although the first half he was okay, but the team wasn't as great as we saw them in the second half. They were extremely brilliant in the second half of the season. I don't think any midfielder came close to him in the second half of the season. You understand? But this season, if I talk about Vitinha, I don't think I'll put him there. If I'm looking for a player who will give me the balance, as I said, with Declan Rice and Vitinha, I'll bring them in. But out of these three, if I'm going to do a team out of these three, you understand? See, my midfield three, I'm playing a 4-3-3, and out of these five, I'm doing a 4-3-3. Caicedo comes in. I'll do a Vitinha and then Bruno Fernandes.
But which of the names is the best?
You say your Caicedo, Vitinha, and Bruno Fernandes. It means
You've narrowed down to three.
Okay.
However, I'm asking.
No. Based on, as I said, based on what I want, me in my midfield.
Yes. So based on how you see things, I want to know who the best is.
If I want to do the best,
they ask you right now, who's the best midfielder in the world?
Relax. I think maybe you are trying to box me. What I'm saying is that you want to box me.
That's the question. Who's the best?
Yeah, because you are dancing around the fire.
You want to box me. That's what, I want to be clear. I don't want to be misinterpreted. You understand? I am saying that if as I mentioned, the five, if I want the best technical player, but if I want a team and I want the balance, I'll take these three. But if you're asking who is the best five, I stated like I'm not going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you don't want to rank. You don't know who the best player in the world is. The best midfielder in the world is.
I can't be comparing these five players because they are
different profiles
altogether. If the season ends, then I can bring in all the other factors that comes in. You understand me? Because when the season ends, trophy will come in, the numbers will come in, whatever numbers that we want to argue on.
Yeah, and
as it stands
it's
now,
easier to do that when the season ends.
Yeah.
However, I'm asking that per the way we see things now.
Yes.
These five.
That's a tough. But you see, Derek, Caicedo and Bruno, they are not the same profiles, but Bruno is better than Caicedo. You can. Yes. Why you forcing something? No. Why you forcing something? Example. That's what I'm saying. You see, example when you're
relax. No.
Instead of 10, now
relax. I'm coming. Relax. Now, Bruno played DM this season. He played in the defensive midfield role. Are you saying that he was better than Caicedo? No. You see, relax.
So
I said, don't do that.
You see, another person. Messi is not a goalkeeper. But Ballon d'Or, they will give Messi the best player. Meaning a goalkeeper is also
yes, at the end of the season. So now, that's what I'm saying.
We all know. So
for now, I said I wouldn't rank. That's what I said. I'm saying that for now, from what you have played, for the half season you've played, I wouldn't rank these five. That's why I said
none of them is outstanding.
Yes, none of them has blown my mind. These five. That's the truth. That's why I'm not going to. As I said,
none of them are from City. That's
it's not even that.
Should we ask
if you ask me,
Gonzalez?
Oh no. If you ask me, right? If you had asked me,
dare not.
Relax. Say we started January 1, 2025. January 1, 2025 to say April 30th, 2025. You ask me who is the best midfielder in the world. I wouldn't even think. I would easily say Vitinha. Because he was miles ahead. Now, if you are doing comparison between Bruno and Pedri, you will clearly see that Bruno will win somewhere and then Pedri will win somewhere.
Pedri won't win anyway.
That is your point of view. And then if you want to bring defensive numbers, there is no way Bruno or Pedri will beat Caicedo. So when the season ends, then the numbers will clearly show. As it stands now, if you are telling me that Pedri is better than Bruno, Bruno is better than Pedri, on what grounds? Then I'll bring in that, okay, well, that's what I'm saying, that this argument will go back and forth. Now I'll bring in that, okay, as it stands now, the ones who whose performance is helping his team is on top of the league. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So it's a whole different dynamic. That's why if you're asking me, I am going to say that for these five. That's why in my opening statement I said I'm not going to rank, but I'm going to say based on if it comes to attacking midfielder, I'll give it to Bruno Fernandez. If it comes to the most technical of these five, I'll give it to Pedri. If it comes to the most defensive, and I'll give it to Caicedo. But the two players who have both the attacking and defensive, I'll give it to the Vitinha and as well as Caicedo. That's what I said. But I'm not going to do a ranking. If it comes to you and want to put Bruno Fernandez first, that is you and your business. As to he being fourth and he being first, that's your argument. I can also come from. That's why I'm saying that with these five, I'm not going to do any ranking because none of them have been extremely outstanding for me to put this one above in the other.
All right, fair point. So I'll go.
Yeah, so now I'm here to mention and I'm here to award the best midfielder in the world. Yeah, and you see, and we are talking about midfielder. We are not talking about the best defensive midfielder or the best attacking midfielder. Defensive midfielder, you are a midfielder. Attacking midfielder, you are a midfielder. And now with Bruno, let me start. So I do have a list. Yeah, I added Enzo because I used to criticize him, but for I think for the past weeks, Enzo is cooking. So with my list, I'll add Enzo to my list. Yeah. So with Bruno, let me start with Bruno. Bruno is not the best, I think, midfielder in the world, just in the world. Currently, he's the best player in the EPL. Yes, and I think he deserves the PFA best player. So far, so good. Yes, yeah, and you see, since we are doing argument, and I'm going to add numbers because with Bruno, you can't talk about Bruno without numbers, and you can't talk about some midfielders without numbers. When it comes to a defensive midfielder, I'll also add his quality. So with Bruno, and I'm saying this because Bruno started playing as an attacking midfielder when we sacked Amorim. And you're a Manchester United fan. It's not that I'm just being biased. We can call. Like, this season, he has been playing as a deep line playmaker, a defensive midfielder. We have our double tens. That's Cunha and Imbuimu. So I can be like, I'm not here to hype Bruno because I'm a Manchester United fan. This season, the first round of this season, he played as a deep line playmaker. And if you watch the EPL table, he's the one leading assists with 12 assists, with 5 goals. As a deep line playmaker with 12 assists, Charlie, we should respect him. And I'm saying this because I don't want anybody. And I think if you really want to respect the current midfielders, you should rank some players, but you should respect Bruno. The current midfielders in the world, we will only judge Bruno, or we will be like, Bruno is not one of the best midfielders, so he can't be ranked as the best midfielder just because he's playing for Manchester United. Numbers don't lie. And with Bruno, this is chances created in the EPL, 68, first on the list. Chances created from open play, 45, first on the list. Big chances created, 16, first on the list. True balls, 21, first on the list. Let me go to Pedri. Pedri, I do respect him. This is in the final 10 passes completed. He's first in La Liga, 446. So I respect him with that. With Vitinha, he has 7 goals, 9 assists. Another good player who is playing well this season. Declan Rice, as for him, I have one thing I used to judge him, like ball progression, and this season he's first in the EPL. Caicedo, interception, this season he's first with 40 first on the list. And Enzo, this season all competition, he has 15 GA. So I need to respect. But the question is, one is doing it in only one tournament. That's the EPL. The other teams, the other players, they do it in Europe, they do it in their domestic leagues. I'm talking about the League Cup. I'm talking about the league itself. But with Bruno, he's just doing it one tournament. And I don't get it why we have to rank the likes of Bruno, Pedri. I do appreciate them. They are playing well. Declan Rice is playing well. He just won the man of the match against the big boys. Let's say Caicedo and Enzo. But ask yourself,
overall, can you compare Declan Rice to Bruno? Can you compare Pedri to those? Like, you see, you can be a Barcelona fan and appreciate your own, but let's be real here. The disrespect is too much just because he's a Manchester United player. Someone will be like, okay, trophies. No, trophies is part of football. I don't respect that. Yeah, you see, trophies is part of football. I stand to be corrected. This, I would like to Nami to come inside. Nami, I want to ask. I think previous years, I have no idea. A player can win Ballon d'Or. A player can win individual awards without winning any trophy. But currently, see, if you list the best players in the world, right? If you list the best players in the world, came out with his list, you won't see Bruno. Why? Because of his team. But I can tell you for a fact, Bruno is the best player in the APL this season. And Start don't lie. Start don't lie. So now I want to finish my point. And tell all football lovers that you can appreciate your own, but we do watch football, and I want to end by saying we are talking about consistency. And consistency, the only two players who are closer to Bruno is Pedri and Declan Rice, because I saw Declan Rice in the West Ham team. I saw Pedri when Pedri came at the age of 17. He played a season. He played over 70 matches. So I do appreciate the two players. But with Enzo, he started from the World Cup, Benfica. He played just half season, won the World Cup, came to Chelsea, and he's not being, let's say, the big boy. But this season, he's really cooking. And Caicedo, consistency level, he's been good. But as compared to Bruno, no. Do you know when Bruno signed for Manchester United? He has been cooking in this African team.
I thought we were speaking about just this season.
No. That's what I'm saying. Yes. Oh. I'm talking about consistency.
No. The question was this season. That's it.
You know where they signed Bruno? No. Where they signed Bruno? And bro, and even this season, of course, I won't even let you come in. I know say you will go for Pedri. And even this season, I can mention with one player who is at least also like influential in his team than Pedri. Are you quiet?
It's not my turn to talk.
Yes. Nami. Let me wrap up. And you see, Bruno is on a course of breaking the EPL assist record. He has 12 assists. Henry with 20 assists, and we have about 15 or 16 matches to go. So now let's watch and see.
All right. So last but not the least, to make his submission is Prosper. But before Prosper comes in, Kweku Alexander made a comment. He says that Pedri is the best midfielder amongst the options because of his combination of technical skill, tactical intelligence, and overall
He's a
impact.
Barcelona fan.
He's not a Barcelona fan. What do you mean he's a Barcelona fan?
Hold on.
He's reading a comment.
Then he directs something to Agogo. He tags Agogo and says, even Scholes and Tony Cruz, guys who run midfields at the highest level, say Pedri is a different player. That tells you everything.
Now maybe like Kweku Alexander talk everything, so I know I've
Anyway, that's just a summary. But Prosper, let's hear from you and who you think is the very best of the lot and why you think so.
I'm going to list my top midfielders in the world first. Bruno Fernandes, spectacular, world class, without a doubt. Frankie de Jong, I think that Frankie's had a really, really good season. He's been good. In the absence of Pedri in the last month or 2 weeks, he's really carried Barcelona nicely. I think that if you're talking midfielders in the world this season, I'll put Fermin Lopez again. Because somebody will say, oh, but the numbers don't lie, like Agogo was saying. So we can't mention top 10 in the world midfielders. Even the Champions League, when we talked about the group stage, we're talking about the best 5 players, we put Fermin there. So I put Fermin there because he has 21 goal contributions and he's not always a starter for Barca. Sometimes Omo comes in, sometimes it's Fermin. Fermin is played, I think, around 22, 23 games, started about 16 of them.
and then he has 21 goal contributions. Marcus Rashford has more than 20 goal contributions. Doesn't mean he's spectacular. But I think that Firmino is done a good job so far. I'm also gonna go Declan Rice. Then I'm gonna go. One name came to my head, but if I mention people, he's not part of the list, but the name just popped in my head when the Champions League handle asked who's the best midfielder in the world. I came to write Chouameni. Everybody was fighting me. Anyway, so Declan Rice is there. I think Caicedo's had a really good season so far, and I think Vitinha too. So these are my
No Enzo.
Enzo is good. Enzo is good. You can put him there for the top 10 base. But if I'm going to go strict top 5, Pedri, Bruno, Frankie de Jong will be there. Vitinha will be there, and Declan Rice. That's the top five midfielders in the world right now. If you want to narrow it down to a top 3, I go Pedri, I go Vitinha, I go Declan Rice. Those are the top 3 midfielders in the world. I think that Bruno is having an incredible campaign, but we've seen him struggle this season when he was playing from deep, and even from deep he was given the numbers, right? So it's credit. And Carrick has profiled him rightly, put him up, and we know what Bruno offers his team when he's high up the pitch. But that doesn't mean he's the best midfielder in the world. Pedri's the best midfielder in the world. And he's not just the best midfielder in the world, he's the best player in the world. And I'll go relax. No, I didn't interject. He's the best player in the world. I've said it here. Yes, please, relax.
Man, so much team.
He's the best player in the world. And Alexander puts it rightly so. And Paul Scholes, the whole afternoon, Nami, when I sat in the office, Manucho was asking me, I was watching so many clips from Toure to Scholes to Gerrard. And towards the end, I was really leaning towards Scholes. The kind of things Pele said about Scholes. Kind of things Zidane. Zidane was asked. He was asked, what does he feel like being the best midfielder in the world? And Zidane said, you need to ask for Scholes. You remember?
Yeah.
You remember? It's a very long time ago, nearly 20 years.
Yeah, I remember.
And Toure mentioned that when he started facing Paul Scholes proper at Man City, Scholes was 34, 35. But even that level Paul Scholes showed to him, he's never seen that before. So I look at the most brilliant minds in football, and I look at what they think about the current crop of midfielders, and I also look at what I also personally think about the current crop of midfielders. It took one game for Scholes to look at Pedri and said, he's like Xavi and Iniesta in one. This is Paul Scholes' words, not even my words.
Yeah,
he said that. He said that. Paul Scholes himself said that. And put Pedri as number 1. And Paul Scholes is really aware of the quality Bruno Fernandes affords his team. I think Bruno is top 5 midfielders in the world. But I think that the change in camp under Carrick over the last 3 games has reminded the whole world of how brilliant Bruno is. But you and I have sat here this season to break down his struggles when he was playing deep under Amorim. Let's not doubt that. I think that he's really impressed us, even so, with the misprofiling, still giving us the numbers, still showing that he's a leader in the Man United team, still doing what he does. But you can't look at Pedro Gonzalez at the level he is right now. At the beginning of the season, I said it when PSG faced Barcelona that Pedri and Vitinha were those 2 midfielders high, heads and shoulders above the others. Then Declan Rice began to step up even more for his team. And now, if you want to be really realistic, this season the ball Rice they play, he might not be as stylistic as Pedri. He might not be as magical as Pedri. He might not split a defense like Bruno. But one thing I think Rice is the current profile in the game right now of all the best midfielders in the world, anywhere close to Gerrard, in terms of the energy levels, the intensity levels of any midfielder, right? And I think that Rice is doing a brilliant job. But I think that if you look at, I've done this Pedri Bruno argument with Agogo before, so I'm not going to go into all of the data MB. But I think that in La Liga is nearing 1,000 passes so far, and is leading any other player. Any other player in the league by 71 or nearly 100 more. The control he gives, right? So Pedri has 7 goal contributions in the league. He has 2 goals. He has 5 assists. And he's also been injured a few times. Red card in the Clasico.
He's supposed to be a playmaker.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with
this. But that's the point I'm even driving to, right? Okay. That a player like Paul Scholes, Luka Modric. No, let me not even use Modric. Cruz can play an entire season, an entire La Liga season, give you 6 assists. In 2024, I bet you, Nami, that in Toni Kroos's last season, Bruno Fernandes gave more numbers than him. doesn't mean Bruno Fernandes was better than Toni Kroos. Derek, Bruno Fernandes will give you more numbers in any La Liga season.
What numbers are you talking about?
I'm talking in numbers. I'm talking about goals and assists. I'm not just talking about.
But we are having a conversation about midfielders.
Yes. But I'm trying to. In the conversation right now. If you look at the profiling, Kroos is deeper, Bruno is higher. If you want to look at Kroos's numbers, we're going to look about the kind of chances he's creating.
Tackles.
You're going to look at the tackles. We're going to look at the crossfield balls. We're going to look at the metric that nobody likes to attach to midfielders. That say we should strip off the pre-assist, because Toni Kroos and Frankie De Jong are those profiles and scores that are not going to be the guy giving the final or the last cutback for the goal, but it's going to be the guy from deep who splits the entire backline for the winger to cross the ball into the box. And you see from Kroos or from Scholes so many times, right? And so when I look at the profile like Kroos in 2024 and I look at Bruno in 2024, he beats Kroos for all the numbers, for the goals and assists most importantly. But doesn't mean he's anywhere. I won't say anywhere, but doesn't mean he's on Toni Kroos's level or the amount of control and dominance Kroos can have on a game. Bruno will have that. So to me, I think that Vitinha and Pedri, as it stands still, are at that top level in terms of midfielders that can walk and run a game properly on their own. Bruno does it too, but most of the times it's towards giving more in offense, and that's his role, and we should give him credit for that. But I look at the profile like Fermin Lopez. Fermin has more than 10 goals, has more than 10 assists. It's like 21 goal contributions, and he's not even always a starter. Doesn't mean that Fermin is the best midfielder in the world. If Ada Gula today had 12 assists or 11 assists, would that mean that Ada Gula is the best midfielder in the world? It would be impressive, yes, but it doesn't mean so. At the beginning of the season, Ada Gula was feeding Mbappe with so many goal-scoring opportunities. He had like 6 or 5 assists, I think, about after the first like 12 La Liga games. But right now, where is Ada Gula? So I think that Bruno has been really, really important for Man United. But I think the correct profiling on the part of Carrick has just reminded everybody of how it has liberated him and has reminded everybody of how brilliant he is in the last few games that conversation spurs up. And he's doing what he does. And the numbers he's getting this season in the Premier League for the goal, chances created, the XG, expected assists and everything, I'm not even surprised, because not even this season, the season where United struggles the most, Bruno still gets those numbers. But I'm thinking about control more and more. And the one thing I also looked deep into today from the previous midfielders, Nami, was how complete the midfielder was. So that is why a lot of people will rank a Scholes and rank a Gerrard ahead of maybe like a David Silva or maybe like a Lampard. Because Gerrard was, if you want somebody to play right back for you, he will. If you want someone to play the 6th row through and through for you, he will. The 8, he will. The 10, he will. What's the name? I think, was it Evra or Ferdinand said that you could play Gerrard as Owen. You could play Gerrard as the left winger for an entire season and you still cook. Right? He could run it all on his own. We saw Bruno deeper when you misprofile him, or deeper, and we saw him struggle. Couldn't control and dictate games. Right? So I think that the right profiling by Carrick has reminded the world of who he really is, and that's a good thing. He's always been quality. He's a top player. He's world class. He's in that conversation of the top 5 midfielders in the world. But I don't think that over the last year, over the course of this season, consistency-wise, he beats Pedri, he beats Vitinha. Those two are top. And then I put Declan Rice behind them. Then I put Bruno at 4th, and I put Frankie De Jong at 5th. Those are my top 5 midfielders in the world.
Frankie at 5th.
Yeah, Frankie at 5th.
Bruno at 4th.
Bruno at 4th, yeah. I put Rice, Vitinha, and Pedri ahead of him. Right. Because they are ahead of him, man.
Rice, Vitinha.
Rice, Vitinha, Pedri. Those are the top 3 midfielders in my opinion.
I think he has added his parameters as to why he thinks that.
That's a very good submission.
Yeah.
But Google, do you have anything to say to counter that?
That's his opinion. So So Nami, I think this guy, I really like him. Like, he's one of the top guys, but I don't know. Or a bias, but
who are you talking about?
You. Because
Relax.
Fine. You're a football lover. How can you rank Declan Rice, Frankie De Jong, and Pedri ahead of.
I didn't rank them. I only ranked Rice ahead of Bruno. I said my top 3 were Pedri, Vitinha, Rice. I put Bruno at 4th, and I put Frankie at 5th. I didn't rank Frankie ahead of Bruno. I only ranked Rice ahead of him because Rice is doing a brilliant job this season. That's all. That's the only thing I did.
Okay. Now I'm done.
Derek.
Yeah, I think they've both given their submit. That's why.
So now
I
I'll
said
come back
earlier,
to you so that you can make a choice because you said I don't want you to spoil the ballot paper.
I'm not going to.
You still won't choose?
No, because as I said, none of them are playing. No, but none of them are.
You mentioned Bernardo.
They are all
See,
not
Nami,
like
Nami,
above 5.
Nami, I want to mention that those 3 players. I saw their picture this week. You see, 2020, 2023, the level Ruben Diaz was in. I thought Ruben Diaz, he was PFA player of the season.
Yeah.
There was a time he was the best player in the league.
Yeah, even the best
defender in the world. I thought Ruben Diaz was going to go through the. Right now, Ruben Diaz.
He go injured.
Yeah, I know, but Ruben Diaz is a shadow.
Yeah.
The way people talk about Van Dijk and Van Dijk's performance, people don't even talk about Diaz.
Yeah.
Diaz is a best sound.
Well, what kind of injury was
He's
that?
not even available.
Derek, what kind of
I think
injury?
he go and it's a knee injury, not an 8
It wasn't like
ACL.
ACL. 10 CL.
ATM.
ACL.
If you are going home, let's start today.
I know we mentioned it for the benefit of maybe somebody who tuned in 9:33. We did it earlier today. The full meaning of an ACL. But I'm just. I want to remind
on the feed and
people didn't join the health segment. I want you to teach us.
I'll go Cyrus Lingard.
Give us the full meaning of an ACL.
Excuse me.
The full meaning of an ACL.
Nah, you see.
Shall you not
like,
forget to?
No.
If you don't forget, mention
Arterial cruciate ligament. You guys,
so now every episode I Google will give us one.
you guys,
Okay, I Google. Let's go.
Yeah.
Sorry. Derek.
So this argument, you see, the reason why they both didn't go back and forth because they've had this back and forth before. You understand? And they still ended up choosing either Bruno or Pedri. Agugo started off and saying that in his opening statement said that Bruno is the best player in the Premier League, not even to limit it to the Premier League. He's the best player in the world,
best midfielder
in the world. And Prosper goes all the way to say that Pedri is the best player in the world.
The best player in the world.
You understand? So that's what I'm saying. As I said, I go back again to last season. If it were to be last season, and I mentioned Vitinha, none of them will come and mention these 2 players because you see the gap is there. So I would wait. For now, today is February 5th. I'm not going to do any ranking between these 5. I will put them all in the top 5, fine. But as to who comes first, I wouldn't do it. Because when the season is done, whether you like it or not, trophies will come in it. When you are doing numbers, it will come in it. The goals and assists will come in it. Most passes completed,
passes in the final third, all of those.
You understand? Most touches and everything, they all come into play. So if you are doing February and Barcelona is first, and maybe I say that because of that, Pedri is ahead of Bruno, and we end the season and then Bruno comes to win the Premier League, and Pedri goes trophyless.
Hey, wafa trophy put that out. Don't even go trophyless. Wafa Super Cup. Wafa Super Cup. But that's the truth.
Spanish community showed.
What do you mean by what do you mean by that?
But they are not going to judge them with trophies like this. You are going to judge them with Spanish La Liga.
If you win FA Cup under Ten Hag, you win.
You know FA Cup.
When you win FA Cup or you win Carabao or whatever, he celebrates it.
Yeah, I will, but I can't argue with FA Cup, Carabao. But you know FA Cup. FA Cup cries bigger than Spanish La Liga.
So Nami, it's fine. So Nami, honestly, this conversation, this conversation about ranking these midfielders. Because there are no specific parameters to rank them, like you are not going to get, say,
a definite
parameter to rank them.
Okay.
If you get, if we end the season and you want to bring everything on board.
Okay, so Derek, let me rephrase. Who's your favorite?
Who is my favorite out of the 5? Out of the 5,
who's your favorite midfielder in the world right now?
Right now, simple.
Best favorite midfielder in the world right
but
now.
then you can choose one.
He repeats the question.
Just choose one.
Charlie, I can Rodri or form and can you
And I
say-
Johnny Reinders,
I would
season
have
1
said
and
Rodri.
episode
That's what
3.
I'm thinking. That's the truth. It's like,
Hey,
You want to give it
but
to
Rodri,
Czech.
no.
current form.
He's
You
not
know
good. He's
Joe.
not good.
Kotokov Joe is better than Rodri.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to even doubt.
Oh, don't mind him. At the end, Joe is better than Rodri. Main feel it also. Don't mind him. Oh, he's doing his throws. You are minding him. Continue with your assessment.
Rodri.
What do you mean by Joe is better than Rodri?
Oh, no,
just
no,
stop
I'm trying to say
something.
something.
They're five.
I'm not being serious here.
Go on. He still can't choose.
Yeah, I'm not going to choose between them.
What do this here?
Another political Barcelona boy.
Okay, I'll give Wadu 3 minutes because I have to
Charlie,
go
me, I
to
need
phone
like,
lines.
if it's Pedri, I need like 1 minute 30 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Pedri, yeah.
All right,
Te
go ahead.
quiero mucho.
Yeah, there you
Yo,
bring
Abi.
Spanish terms then.
Yeah, so
What's your take?
you see, when it comes to
I love
Pedri,
you so much. Oh,
when
come
it
on.
comes to Pedri,
By force. I don't understand Spanish.
And I
Like,
just explained it to you. The care
I can also speak Japanese. Wait, natural.
speak Japanese English. Say I love you in Japanese. you see.
What else you are? What do? What else you are?
Pedri, I don't go. You see, I don't go check. He said, who know ball play?
Who's the
know
best?
ball play?
No, best midfielder.
Who's the best?
So who know? Like the midfielders who know ball play.
Yes.
Then there's no
Yeah.
debate. Pedri know ball play past all of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, he be ball like one and him ball like Iniesta. Then if you put Iniesta, then you put Lampard, Gerrard. You know who know ball play. And you see me when anytime I'm talking about Pedri, I'm just praying let the Champions League or the World Cup come home. Then we can make a proper argument. You know, be Bruno declan Rice. So me, I think Pedri's skill set. There's no difference between Pedri and Iniesta. It's only the difference is the era.
What about Oni?
The difference is just the
I
era.
don't think he's there.
No,
No, I'm not saying he's better.
No,
I mean, the skill set, I'm not saying who's better.
Okay.
I think the difference is the dribbling ability.
Yes. Iniesta was one of the
more
best players in
advanced.
La Liga. He was one of the best. Like anytime top 3, he was also.
It's just because of
always there.
Messi. That's why Iniesta didn't get that recognition for dribbling ability.
Yeah.
But
That's
the
what
man
he was-
could dribble.
Top 3 in La Liga. Iniesta was always
Iniesta
there
was
every
cheap.
season. So that's what I'm saying. So with someone like Pedri, Charlie, it dey come. You know be common midfielder.
Oh yeah.
You know be normal like he did.
Pascal
Charlie,
says-
the first time I watched
Pascal says
Pedri, the first time Coman brought him in the Champions League against Juventus.
Yeah, yeah.
Like nah, Charlie.
21.
That's why I always thank Coman because he saw some. You know, he's not a normal player
Oh yeah, he isn't.
because
He's the best player in the world.
when he was at Las Palmas, he was playing as a number 10. And sometimes on the wings. Then when he came to Barca, in Coman's formation, like sometimes 3 back, and then he plays out wide on the left. But when Flick came, he said, no, come and be my controller. And when it comes to ball controlling in the game right now, the only player close is Vitinha because
That's the only
PSG.
proof. Passer controller.
And I always tell you when it comes to favorite, who is the best, people always go for players who are aesthetically pleasing to watch than mechanical or players who can combine both.
But Bruno is pleasing to watch though.
I don't think so. Like Pedri and Vitinha.
Not as much, but I think he's pleasing to watch. Bruno, I'll pay money to watch Bruno. But I won't pay if I have to pay for one, I won't pick him over those two. But I think if Bruno Fernandez has a game, I'll pay money to watch. He's a
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. And you see, one thing about Bruno, there's always an argument for him that Man United are not doing so well. But Bruno, which game can Man United fans say, Charlie, this game, big nights, Bruno took us through? What game?
Hasn't Bruno
said-
carried the
he
team
said
across the
big-
Eh, like Bruno,
night.
He
Bruno
said
is
big
carrying
big
Bruno.
night. He
Bruno
said big
against the
night.
big
He
boy.
said
The
big
Bruno-
night.
Premier League.
now how many Man United? How many big nights is there?
So that
They level deba.
you've had some.
No,
the level
they're
they
not even playing European football.
Then the level they.
But I mean that's a decent point when he
You've
says
had-
big nights.
you've had.
Because that's
Bruno's
last
not shown up.
season.
on that.
Don't say big nights, big games. What's the big night? Big games.
But big nights are big games.
Baba,
The big nights happens on the big games.
They play Premier League 12:30 kickoff.
So are you trying to tell me that Manchester United against City and a big game?
A big game. That's a big night. That's a big night, big occasion.
And you say Bruno doesn't show up.
But a bigger,
That's why I shouted.
But I think a bigger occasion would be he's playing
final.
a European final against
And that was
European
last
final
season.
against Villarreal. These are games.
But how many times do Man United even get to
But they
it?
play some.
Well, he has played twice.
Which?
Man U Villarreal you no play. Man U Tottenham you no play.
you know
You
show
know
up.
inside.
You know show up at
He has
all.
played. Yeah.
No, but
Even
so
Portugal.
you count those 2 nights
No.
against the
So
7 years
this
he's
is where-
been
this is
he's
where
been
I'm
in
bringing my- you
United.
see, players. The reason why players like Drogba, Drogba, Aguero. They are rated highly. Even though they were playing well in games, but it's big game. Drogba, if like check his archives, it's big games. Big game, he will show up. That's why Chelsea fans love him. Someone like Hazard, if I mention in big games, that's where Salah will ship him. Especially in big nights, Hazard, where the world was watching, Hazard took over the game for Chelsea or did something for Chelsea. When it comes to that, he will always affect him. So someone like Bruno, if he wants to be there, next season when he leaves Man United to top 4 this season and comes in the Champions League, big night, Champions League semi-final, quarter-final against Real Madrid, like what Declan Rice did against Manchester, then do something, make we see.
No, but Wadu, to be fair to him, the more big nights you have, the more likely it is that you will show. You will grab.
So that's a fair one. That's a fair one. But he hasn't had a lot.
The first month I said, excuse me, people make it. Man United are not also performing that high. So because one thing I always say is when the player is also good, the team has to also perform. Because it's not like when in the past maybe you might not win accolades you might not win laurels with your team, but you win Ballon d'Or. It's in this era it's different. In this era, if the last season Dembele didn't win Champions, I don't think you'd have won Ballon d'Or.
You won't even be top 10.
If he had not, even PSG had not won, I'm not sure about Dembele would have won Ballon d'Or. So sometimes the team will also help push you. So Bruno, to be there, he has to. Man United has to perform. Then you also show up in big games. That one, if you are making an argument for him,
don't be like Bruno don't show up in big games. What do you mean by Bruno don't show up in big games?
I think he has already explained.
I've explained that thing. Hazard show up for big game or not?
He didn't show.
But that's what I'm saying. Compared to Salah, Salah will beat him in big nights in the Champions League.
And then now me said that Bruno has not had a lot of big nights.
You get it,
and then we all agree that it's true because Manchester United have not really had big nights. You understand? A lot of big nights.
So like last season, you know, at a point Chelsea fans were saying Caicedo was the best man. When I say they play Conference League, he come the big boy side, then show. And he went to the Club World Cup. He showed, and this is in the Champions League. He's playing well too. So if they are making an argument that he's the best defensive midfielder in the world, people might agree with them. But if you are playing in the only Premier League, every week you play one game and you can't tell me the whole world you know ball play. You in the midfielder you know ball play there. Then there are 12 assists in the talk now. How many assists Firmino do this season? Or Rashford save?
Yeah, for Firmino get 11.
Rashford.
But that one is a combination of all the leagues. All competition.
Yeah. But that's right? If you are saying 12 assists, be like
you see, but you see, and I'm saying, you see my point. I said Bruno is doing that in only one tournament. I said it.
Yeah, you said it.
But okay, Rashford, man, they'll be like all competitions.
But Rashford has about 7 in La Liga.
La Liga.
Yeah.
Oh, La Liga giving 7 assists in La Liga.
It's not even anywhere close to 7.
I can do it, bro. La Liga giving 7.
Then I can also give 12 in the Premier League.
Go.
So you to go.
No,
Look at this guy.
Oba Gangi have 3 against.
Oba Gangi about Messi. You've seen him. You see Ozil was around like 14, and I hope Bruno really equalizes or breaks the record.
Yeah.
But we have had times where David Silva, Ozil, Fabregas, halfway through the season are like 11, 12 Premier League assists, and they still didn't break it.
Yeah.
We've had De Bruyne.
Last season
Salah at a point he was like a few games away. He still didn't break it. So let Bruno break it. If he break it, we'll give him the
I
fans.
think he has to break it. At least that would be something that he can.
Yes, he can also hold on that.
Yeah.
In the Premier League season, I have the most. Yeah, it's also good. But he has not broken it yet. Now,
so I mean,
Lamine last season in the league. Before you go, Lamine this season in the league, La Liga assists. He's on 7 or 8.
Yeah, last season he had 18 assists.
Last season he had 18 assists. He was 2 away from breaking Messi and Xavi's record. He was 2 away from doing that at 17. Who was making noise about it with the assists? You were saying he has only 9 league goals. You to bring your goals.
9 already, sir.
He passed 9 already, sir. But this season, they say they play ball as much as they play ball last season. They be Biaka. So let Bruno break it. When he breaks it, we'll give him the fans.
So you see the midfielders listed.
My point, man, Cassie Bruno will break it too.
Usyk is impressive because he's done it, and it's in only one tournament. That's what he said.
One tournament, we say make he play one tournament.
Yeah, you need force. If you won the Europa League final, you'll be playing the Champions League. He didn't show up. You should have shown up. You play against Spurs. You can't score Spurs. Like you be playing Usyk.
There's a spread counts for Manchester United.
Yeah. I understand you.
And they make it left.
You see, Saudi.
And make it left.
Saudi, like a season, Bruno go give 1,000 assists.
So I mean, telling me, this thing I always see if it comes to majority, if like put votes out, you will see people will choose.
Then do this week on social media already.
because those are the
Pedri
players-
take 40%.
Those are the players
Almost half of the vote.
both day in Lega, in Kete, then Efe. So players, people always choose like Declan Rice. He's a workhorse in midfield. So no, Caicedo level. That be the level. Now then they make them play together. Make Pedri and Vitinha to play for them a level. That be the.
Now you see how
Charlie.
But no, why they have
That's why talk to me. If Charlie the Premier, make Barca the Champions League or there.
But more defense, more defense.
They walk out, make one come home.
now
For Pedri.
this question
Make
when
push
you
the
ask
agenda.
the Barca fans will always choose Pedri.
No, it's
They will
not.
say that, and
Now
not
who
all
will
the
choose?
Barca fans, right?
Let me who you choose.
Not everyone, but the reason I'm quiet on this is
Yeah.
say KDB is playing prime KDB, not even prime KDB in the Premier League playing 3 seasons ago. You ask who is the best midfielder in the Premier League.
At the
Whether
back
you
of your
support Kotoko, Ediana, you even think you mention KDB.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That when it comes to these players, unfortunately, when you mention them, I have to think. I can't just go because everybody.
No, but that's a different.
No,
I'm
Before you go,
that's a
I'm
different.
coming.
scenario. Because you
That's what
said
I'm saying.
league and now you are
No, when it
doing
comes
well.
in the world, yes, of
They're
course.
doing well.
In the world,
This
Chelsea
is
is
not
not
in the
good.
world.
KDB prime.
At that time you can't just say
When there's Modric, there's Cruz.
you have
3
to say.
seasons ago,
But if you
treble
come to
winning,
La Liga right now, you ask who is the best midfielder.
Treble winning.
Everybody will talk to Pedri.
treble winning season, you don't even think. You mentioned KDB.
That's why you were
understand?
saying something. You asked.
I'm coming to you. I know you want to talk. So let me hold on.
So I mean, if Barca back like last season, if Barca back the Champions League and like Dion, there's them more good there. But because unfortunately against the Inter Milan game, we lost. Charlie, that be where you see Vitinha then can pass Pedri. But I mean, Pedri for me amongst them the best midfielder, and I know for sure from now to the next 3 years, Ballon d'Or, you go win one.
Some players know they get mentioned safe. Last year, low key, Fabian Ruiz.
Yeah, but
Oh,
see, that's some players. That was Frankie Dion. Nobody go mention. You say Frankie Dion.
Frankie Dion, they like Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz, but Bobo.
I know,
You make say Vitinha.
That's why
John Neves go wet.
last season.
John Neves said.
Last season, the Rafinha, Lamine, Yamal convention. The person we were unfair to should have been Dion because he then Pedri they played them, but nobody they mention him. Rafinha was mentioned everywhere.
But you see,
they say
no,
they
but last
mention
season, Dion
Rafinha.
go
Ask Nami, and let's do the.
So,
preview,
yeah,
right?
you-
Nami,
Ask
so
Nami.
who's the best midfielder? Rank your top 5 midfielders.
Yeah.
From this list, it will be difficult to pick a defensive.
Don't be a Derek.
Hold on. It will be difficult to pick a defensive midfielder and say he's number one. And I'll put an offensive midfielder. The offensive midfielders, I feel, have an advantage.
Yeah.
Every time.
Because the
the
stats are skewed towards them. And also, your perspective on the game and how you interpret it. A lot of people, even now, even in Ghana, don't give Michael Essien the kind of plaudits he deserves. Because if you don't have a technical eye, or you are not looking at it from a technical perspective, you don't really recognize the role of a holding midfielder, especially one that has attacking attributes.
Yeah.
People like Zidane, Scholes, and the rest will point to Pedri because they are watching the game differently.
Yeah.
There are people who watch the game and want to see a goal and who assisted.
A free kick.
And or are checking stats on their flash score. That's it. Or on their Sporty Bet app. And it ends there. But to be honest, if you want to look at it from a very neutral perspective, somebody who can bring balance to a midfield has to be Pedri.
Has to be Charlie easy.
Has to be Pedri. Because I've seen Bruno Fernandez playing in a central midfield role. Yeah, and the defensive out is not part of his DNA.
Yeah.
So you don't expect him to show up and give you that kind of. Amorim would have done everything possible. The guy would have never been a DM. Those gaping holes would have appeared behind him. He doesn't have the legs to backtrack, and he looked really, really tired a lot of times after the 70th minute when Amorim was there. I love Bruno.
Pedri after 70th minutes.
No, Pedri. That's no. I was coming to say that also about Pedri. That
minutes.
I don't know whether.
70 games
Hold
a
on,
season.
hold on,
Back. What are you saying?
hold on.
He gets tired
Well,
after
dude,
70 minutes.
Pedri, and regardless, that playing 70 games a season is going to be something regular for him.
Yeah. So
He needs to look. When he came out of that Inter Milan tie, when he was substituted, I knew that Barcelona were going to exit. Everything they do revolves around him. And I've seen it several times. If they can find a way to build up his stamina a bit more, especially going into extra times and with the everything hinges around him. So I feel that if they can find a way to get him, maybe it comes with age, maybe with the physicality. Maybe
he's 22. He's a young.
Yeah, he's still young. I understand that. But that's what I'm saying, that
hamstrings they worry.
yes, no, but when you do the kind of leg work he does with his physical stature, Shade, you
wait. Now, the depth two way the Bassa that option, those options.
Yes, he needs somebody to play some of the lesser games. When those hamstrings, when Luka Modric played for Spurs in the beginning, he used to have them.
Yeah.
Very minute figure, same thing. But as he went to Madrid, look at the physique, look at how he was built, robust, a bit more physical.
Pedri sometimes they overdo.